Hey guys, I am the Thoughtful Beast, and today we are talking about my personal experience with the fallacy of fairness. So, to be very honest, yes, I do want things to be fair, and sometimes I can be like, oh my god, that's not fair! Right? I think everyone does it because we do want things to be fair. I think most people want things to be fair, but becoming obsessed with the notion of fairness or just primarily focusing on what is fair isn't actually really helpful because honestly, yeah, things aren't fair. And I was talking in my video, my cognitive distortion video about this, how like I read a bunch of stuff and it was super weird because it was like all the readings were just like, life isn't fair, suck it. Like they didn't say suck it, but like that was like the vibe I got from them is just like, well, it's not fair, so just like stop complaining because things aren't fair. And it's just like people know things aren't fair. And I focused on relationships because a lot of things would talk about like politics and society, and that stuff gets like real complicated. And all I want to say about it is like, if you want more equality in this world, or at least in your country, vote. That's all I'm going to say about that. And this fallacy doesn't mean that things shouldn't be fair either. It's just, accepting that things aren't fair. Yeah, it's about accepting that things aren't fair and not getting so upset by it that you feel helpless. Because there does come a time where it's just like, I felt this before, where it's like, well, if things aren't fair, then like, why am I even trying, right? I feel like this has affected me, and in terms of like me being mentally ill and being in a dark place where I'm just like, why did I have to go through X, Y, and Z? Why did I have to face this trauma? And now I have like problems like forming healthy relationships. Like, it's super unfair. And yeah, I think that's true. Things are unfair, and the fact that I had to go through a lot is unfair. A lot of us go through things that humans should not go through. And the sucky part again is like, but that's the truth. It is unfair, and that sucks. But it's not helpful to obsess on that fact. We have to find how to move on and get out of the feeling of helplessness, because we're not helpless. There are things that we can do. One of the things that I mentioned in my video is like, if you want the world to be more fair, then help make the world more fair. You can do that with like your career choices. Like the studios I like to teach at are actually like, so dance is really expensive, right? Children dancing, it can be really expensive. And I really like working with studios who try to make dance accessible and affordable to a variety of economic classes. Like, that's a thing that I like. And do I take a hit for it because I don't get paid as much? Yeah, but I mean, but that's a choice that you have to make. But you know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff is important to me. Yeah, and when you're thinking about you and like things not being fair for you, like, I'm going to talk about Filipino recreations, which is a new YouTube channel and posse. I don't know if I want to call this an organization yet. With my friends Marissa Rojas and Adrian Pangalinan. We started it because of representation, right? Because obviously in Hollywood there ain't enough Asians, let alone Filipinos. And I'm like, okay, well, like, let's make films ourselves, right? Let's cast us. Let's have us be the directors. We can make opportunities for ourselves. And we can't make ourselves be in Hollywood, but we can do something about it. We can create representation for ourselves. So those are the things that I feel like are helpful when it comes to like fairness. Is just like, and not even focusing on accepting the fact that life isn't fair, because that's really hard to accept, and like that can be like really devastating, especially when it comes to experiencing trauma, to experiencing just like awful, terrible things that should have never happened to you, right? So like, yeah, accepting it, but not even focusing on that, but focusing on like, well, what can you do? What's actually available to you? What are steps that you can take towards making things more fair for you or more fair for the world? Yeah, and that's what I have to say about fairness. So until next time, make sure you're creating happiness in your life, whether that means you're gonna also start your Filipino or whatever represents you group. Okay, it's fine. I'm being weird. Represents you group organization thing, or whether that means that you're gonna go and buy sweet and sour pork. That's one of my favorite Chinese things. It's not even real Chinese food. Okay, anyways, peace out, bye.